Permission slip from the director.
Wonderful.
Main floor to the left of the check room.
Terrific.
Oh,
and then there's you two! You have your own Oh, yes, we don't have yours! Just leave! Get out! We don't need you in here!
He and his assistant were very courteous. It turns out we have mutual friends in Cincinnati. Landscape 1, 2008. Acrylic emulsion and wax on canvas. All loan from the Sydney Ribbon Gallery.
Well, the cost of visiting museums keep rising, but because of the shortage of guards, certain exhibits will be roped off on odd and even days of the month.
Landscape 2, 2008. Acrylic emulsion and wax on canvas. On loan from the Sydney Ribbon Gallery.
Medieval helmets will be on even days from noon until 1. Renaissance stringed instruments, odd days from 2 until 3.
Seascape 7, 2008. Acrylic emulsion and wax on canvas. On loan from the Sydney Ribbon Gallery.
Sooner or later, certain exhibits will be roped off altogether. Etruscan bronzes, Mid-Eastern glazed bricks.
Starscape 19, 2008. Acrylic emulsion and wax on canvas. On loan from the artist.
Eventually, entire periods and forms of art will be lost altogether, as the public is denied access.
On loan from the artist.
One by one, all the treasures of Western civilization will be dismantled, lowered into fiberglass crates, to be buried underground, to be grouped and cataloged by art historians wearing thick, lint-free gloves. We will never again stand face to face with an original painting or sculpture. And if there is no place where that painting or sculpture can be shown, the artist is bound to ask, why am I doing it? And who am I doing it for? The impulse to create will be shattered. Willard, this may be our last day in the presence of live art.
Wait a minute. Yesterday, I was standing perhaps 1 foot away from probably the most live and stunning object of art that I've seen in maybe not 400 years. Robert, have you ever studied those Spigliosi? Well, it's a freaking dazzler. It's this incredible scalloped seashell which rests on the back of an enameled turtle, which in turn rests on the back of an enameled dragon. It's carved out of solid gold and is no more than 10 inches high and 8 inches across. Instead of a handle, a winged sphinx perches on the rim of the cup, a gigantic Baroque pearl hanging between her golden breasts. I mean, the workmanship, the detail, the fantasy. Tiny seed pearl earrings dangled from her ears. And instead of having the traditional paws and legs of a lion, she has flippers. Indigo blue flippers etched in enamel. You can count each iridescent scale.
Well, you'd better get ready to kiss it goodbye. It won't be there in 2 weeks. All the museums are closing.
Robert, what on earth are you talking about?
The museums are shutting down.
Robert, no museums are shutting down.
Willard, we have to do something.
Carol? Blakey? Guys!
This is the final day of our group show, The Broken Silence. And here we have the work of an extraordinary young post-conceptual artist, Zachary Howe. most significant painting since Matisse's Joie de Vivre has been reductive. Reductivism does not belong to anyone's style. It is as operative in painting conceived as a gesture, as in painting cut down to a line or square. The traditional aim of reduction has been to push painting to its farthest limits by reducing it to its bare essentials. In slicing away the residues of imagery that have lost their relevance, the artist seeks to transform the apple into a diamond.
I'm so grateful.
We are all so grateful.
I'm grateful. No one is as grateful as I am.
I had no idea anyone would ever. Thank you very much.
There is left a void, not Euclid's entry sky, but a void that seeks the cancellation of all art as it has been until now, and supplanting it with works from which adulterating impulses have been purged. It is evident that Moe felt that the traditional commitment to the theoretical picture plane is no longer relevant.
Absolutely relevant and no longer evident.
Absolutely evident and no longer relevant.
For such American artists, the concern is mainly with the surface of the canvas and the nature of the pigment applied to it. What states more plainly the literal character of a picture support covered by canvas than a piece of canvas covering that picture support painted white? If the first mark on a surface destroys its flatness, then Moe contradicts this by painting a picture whose first and only mark is an all-over white one.
All over white.
All over white.
White, of course, is the one color carrying in it the potential for all other colors.
Red.
Yellow.
Orange.
Violet.
Green. Sepia.
Purple.
Rose.
Turquoise.
Umber.
Lavender.
Cobalt.
Magenta.
Saffron.
The difference between historic data and the current fundamentalist version lies in the treatment of the spectator. Rather than goading you into indignation at the desecration of art, the new data converts you into an aesthete. The monotonous shapes and bleak surfaces presented to you as objects wrapped in their own being compel you to embrace a professional sensitivity to contrast in light, tone, and dimension. The more a work is purged of the inessentials, the closer the scrutiny required to see it, and the more precious the sensitivity required to respond to it.
Oh, you were just wonderful, really wonderful.
Where did you study?
I've never heard anything so lyrical, so informative, so
I'm sorry, miss. It's against museum regulations to sketch the artwork.
I can't sketch without permission from the director.
I didn't tell you it was the... How did you know the director gave permission to sketch?
Because I have sketching permission from the director.
Oh, you have sketching permission from the director. I've never seen sketching permission from the director.
I'm the director's daughter.
Oh, you're the director's daughter.
The sketching director's daughter.
Sketching director's daughter.
The fetching sketching director's daughter. The letching fetching sketching director's daughter.
Willard, I've got an idea. You see that basket of clothespins over there? I'm going to steal 12 of them. Robert, you're crazy. Uh-oh.
The letching
Put these back.
fetching sketching director's daughter.
Robert, please! Hey! What's going on over here? I told you you were not to touch the artwork. They are part of the sculpture.
For your information, this is not a sculpture, it's a construction. I'm so embarrassed.
I don't care what you call it, mister. Put the clothespins back.
Are you accusing me of theft?
All I said was put the clothespins back.
I'll have you know this is the first time a museum guard has ever raised his voice to me.
Robert, the poor man is just doing his job.
And let me assure you, I've been to every major art museum across the country.